In our last video, we talked about action therapy because your motion creates your emotions. We also talked about doing 2 push-ups for 20 consecutive days. And how easy is it to do 2 push-ups? Let's count. 1, 2. That's how easy it is to do 2 push-ups. We also covered one of the most greatest superpowers is your ability to swiftly adapt to change every time that you need to. In this video, we'll be talking about superpower actions in your control. And this can also be your action therapy. Looking at the superpower actions in your control. And what's one of the superpower actions in your control? Well, we did cover it in the last video. It's a good place to start, and it's to do 2 push-ups for 20 consecutive days, starting with the first day. And a good thing about looking at superpower actions in your control is we can use doing 2 push-ups as an example. For example, if you haven't done your 2 push-ups for today, you can do your 2 push-ups while you're listening to this video right now. And that's the power of thinking, because there are 3 types of people in the world. The first person think they're thinking. The second person would rather die than think. And the third person is the one that truly thinks. And why am I saying that there are 3 types of people in the world? As we are covering superpower actions in your control, you can look at it this way. The thinking that's guiding your intelligence right now is much more important than how much intelligence you have right now. And are we thinking all the time? No, we're not thinking all the time. There's a lot of times subconsciously we're reflecting, reminiscing on past memories and past setbacks and past achievements that we achieved. Those are memories that we have, but not really thinking. And those who would rather die than think, well, those are the people are in a state of fear of stepping outside of their comfort zone. And that's why those who are trying to create a social media channel, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or Instagram or all of the above, those who are trying to create an influential, successful social media channel, well, that's what they're doing. They're trying. Versus those who are trying to create their social media channels, they're in fear of, well, what would others think about me? What if it's not perfect? And so they're leading with their emotions instead of just taking action. As we covered in a previous video, action first, feelings second, what we learn third. Action first, feelings second, what we learn third. And what they're doing, the people that are trying to create a social media channel, trying to improve the quality of their life, trying to do 2 push-ups, they're letting fear run their life. And when they let fear run their life, they're trying to lead with feelings first. But the order of how things happen, when we think, when we use our mind, the left brain and right brain of our mind is action first, feelings second, what we learn third. That's the power of using our mind to think, because the thinking that's guiding our intelligence right now is much more important than how much intelligence we have right now. And there are times that we are conscious of our thoughts, and there are times when we are subconsciously going about our day, going about each moment, second after second, moment after moment, hour after hour. And it's important to look at our movement in life as 2 different paths. There's a path going left, and there's a path going right. The path going left can be seen as trying to have your emotions lead your life. And that's an action pattern subconsciously of thinking of our past, thinking of what didn't go well, thinking of trying again and trying again and trying again. And what ends up happening is that just puts you in a circular motion, going around and around and around to your left. Then there are those who are truly thinking, those who are thinking about how they can improve their life by at least 1% today. For example, by doing 2 push-ups. 1, 2. How easy is it to do 2 push-ups? 1, 2. As a matter of fact, you can be doing your 2 push-ups as you're listening to this video. Superpower actions in your control. For those of you who have chosen to do your 2 push-ups while you're listening to this video, superpower actions in your control, you're seeing the example of one of your greatest superpowers, and that is your ability to swiftly adapt to change every time that you need to. A lot of people, they don't really adapt to change until they get hit by pain in their life. And that's why I use push-ups as an example. Because when you start doing push-ups, and again, you can do as little as 2 push-ups for the next 20 consecutive days. 2 push-ups today, 2 push-ups tomorrow, 2 push-ups the day after that, 2 more push-ups the day after that. And if you feel that you can do 1 more push-ups in addition to those 2, you can do 3 push-ups on your 4th day. Then 3 push-ups on your 5th day. And you build, and create a compounding effect in your life. And the importance of that is doing 2 push-ups. You can look at that as tackling any obstacle in your life. As a matter of fact, you can put this on one of the doors in your home, that I see only my objective, therefore all obstacles give way. And by thinking that way, you're able to look at you doing 2 push-ups for the next 20 consecutive days. And those of you who are doing your 2 push-ups right now, you can look at doing your 2 push-ups for the next 20 consecutive days. 2 today, 2 more push-ups tomorrow, 2 more push-ups the day after that, 2 on your 4th day, or maybe 3 push-ups. And what that'll do is it'll change your mindset and make you look at things differently. Because change the way you see things, and the things you look at differently changes. And so doing 2 push-ups, you can look at it also as how you tackle, how you push through the things, the obstacles in your life. And when it comes to doing 2 push-ups also, you look at the word as push. You can push through obstacles, around obstacles, under obstacles, over obstacles, because you have a brain, you have a mind, and you can see that you can push through things, or push around things, push under things, push over things. But the most important thing is to see that you can push through obstacles in your life. And thinking that way, you're able to see that the thinking that's guiding your intelligence right now is much more important than how much intelligence you have right now. And to see that this is one of your superpowers in actions that's in your control, to do push-ups. Another action that's in your control is to observe your thinking pattern. Are you going left, thinking about trying to achieve 1% improvement in your life? Are you going left, trying to do as little as possible and wish that things could change in your life? Because when you're wishing things can change in your life, instead of deciding about making some changes in your life purposefully, you see that you're either deciding to go left, wishing for things to be easier and better, instead of going to the path to your right, of choosing to make things better for your life by at least 1%. Because you can choose to learn something new every day. And one of the things that you can learn new every day is that there are superpower actions in your control. You have the superpower to do 2 push-ups right now. You have the superpower to do something different than what you did the past 90 days. You have the power to take the path to your right and learn at least 1 new thing today. 1 new thing that you can learn today. And that can be the thinking that's guiding my intelligence right now is much more important than how much intelligence I have right now. Taking ownership of that. Another thing that you can learn today and form the habit of is action first. Feelings second. What you learn third. As we're covering superpower actions in your control, what's another superpower action that's in your control? You can choose to have 2 different lists, and you can make a list of the things in your control and see the things outside of your control. One of the easy ways to see things in your control is to look at 2 different paths. The path going left is things outside of your control, because emotionally, you may feel emotionally awkward. You may feel emotionally down sometimes, because our life is like a roller coaster. No one has a perfect life. And the path to your right, you may look at the path to your right as the superpower actions in your control. And you make a list of it. You make a list of the things outside of your control and the things inside of your control. Let's talk about the things outside of your control. The things outside of your control is whether it's going to be sunny outside, whether it's going to rain outside, will it be cold, will it be hot, will it be humid, will it be dry, too humid, too hot, too rainy, too stormy, or will it be just right? Perfect. Weather so perfect that you want to bottle it. Put it in a bottle and keep it for tomorrow. In case it's sunny, you open it and voila, poof, you can open a bottle and it be a perfect day. It could be an amazing day, a day that's just right. And so the weather, that's outside of our control. But what's inside of our control? Your actions, your superpower actions in your control, which is the path to your right. Your superpower actions, such as the thinking that's guiding your intelligence right now, is much more important than how much intelligence you have right now. Changing the way you see things through your actions, action first, feelings second, what you learn third, change the way you see things, and the things you look at differently changes. What else is in your control? You can clarify what you want your day to be about. The one thing that you would like to achieve today. You can clarify it by making a list of 11 things that you want to achieve today. And from that list, as you write it down with pen on paper, you are taking physical action. Because sometimes you try to think about what's the one thing that I can do so that if done, everything else becomes easier or necessary today. You can try to think that in your mind, but sometimes you can't see as clearly as you need to as when you write something down. And that's why I use the example of writing things down, making a list of 11 things that you want to get done. And after you make your list of 11 things that you want to get done, you look at those 11 things and choose that one thing and say, this is what I need to get done from my list of 11 things I wrote down. This is my number one thing. And you circle it and you focus on that. And when you focus on that one thing that you need to get done today, You can say this: I see only my objective, therefore all obstacles give way. The thinking that's guiding my intelligence right now is much more important than how much intelligence I have right now. Change the way I see things, and the things I look at differently changes. And that's why it's so important to give action first, feelings second, what you learn third. What's another superpower in your control? You can go for a walk for 3 minutes, either inside your home or inside your office, wherever your office is. You can go for a drive in your car to the grocery store, or just around the block. You can get on your bicycle and ride for 3 minutes. And I'm using these simple examples because the brain likes to wrap itself around simple, easy example. And these are simple, easy example. Doing 2 push-ups. 1, 2. Easy. Going for a walk for 3 minutes. Making a list of 11 things that you must get done. 1. You may need to do your laundry. 2. Planning the list of the things, at least one thing you need to get done each day for the next 7 days. 3. Doing 2 push-ups for the next 20 consecutive days, each day. And if you feel like doing 1 more push-up than 3 on day number 3, then do 3 push-ups. 4. Take 3 minutes out of your time today and reflect on the path that you're going on. Are you spending more time feeling that things cannot improve in your life, leading with feelings? You're taking the path to your left. Or are you taking action and saying that I'm going to take action first, feel second, and what I learn will be third? Then you're going on the path to your right. Number 5 on your list can be, I'm choosing to research one of the best productive books that I can find. I'm going to go to Amazon and look. And if I can't find it on Amazon, even if I find it on Amazon, I'm going to also research one of the best productivity books that I can buy through the ebook or an audiobook or a physical paperback or hardbound book. I'm going to go on YouTube and research it. One of the best productivity books that's available, and purchase it, either in ebook format, paperback or hardbound, or audiobook. 6. Taking 3 minutes to look at where I am during this year and seeing that I'm achieving the number one thing that I had decided to achieve when January 1st happened. 7. You choosing not to let the weather outside determine which path you're going to take. The path to your left, or leading with your emotion, or the path to your right. Taking action first, because you've already decided that you're taking the path to your right, leading with action first. 8. Choosing to make at least one friend on social media. If you're watching and listening to this video right now, you're on social media. And if you're saying that you don't have any friends, make a friend on social media. Look at the comments that people are saying on the social media channels that you're on and see which one is optimistic or which one is negative and toxic. Because there are those who envy those who are doing better than them, and those who encourage the ones who are doing better than them with a thank you. Thank you for stepping outside of your comfort zone. It inspires me to step outside of my comfort zone, because I believe that there is greatness in me. I believe that I can improve my life by at least 1% more today. 1% or even more than 1% today. And so if you don't have any friends, and this can be number 8 on your list, for example, if you don't have any friends, go out and make a friend and see who are friendly or who are not friendly, and decide to be the friend of those who are friendly to at least one person. 9. Take a look in the mirror at you and see that you don't have to be perfect to be in this moment. You don't have to compare yourself with those you think are doing better than you, because when it comes to social media, it sometimes feels like window shopping outside the stores of the things, looking outside at the stores that has some of the things that you feel you need to have in order to be happier in this moment, when you can just choose to be happier in this moment. 10. For at least 3 minutes, forget about being perfect. Just be. Be as authentic as you can be. Be as honest as you can be, because you don't have to be perfect. And this is a good place to put number 10. Taking action first on not trying to be perfect, as you choose progress over perfection. Because when you value growth over comfort, you're choosing progress over perfection. When you're choosing growth over comfort, you're leading with action first, feelings second, what you learn third. 11. Asking for help, and lead with questions. How can I improve the quality of my life? Because questions directs your focus. I remember one school year when I was in college, I saw this on a webinar and I decided to implement it. I decided to see, will this work for me? There was a high school student that the webinar coach was coaching, and he said, what kind of grades are you getting? And the student said, well, I'm getting C's, D's, and maybe 1B. The webinar coach said, okay, I want you to do this. Let me see your report card. And what he did was he asked the student, what do you want to get? The student said, I want to have straight A's. The the coach then said, okay, give me the report card. And he said, look at this report card. Okay, I am seeing B's, C's, and D's from the different subjects that you're doing. He said, use this pen, and I want you to turn all of these letters next to each subject, all of these letters into A's. Turn the B's into A's, the C's, the D's. Oh, and I see an F right here. Turn that into A's also. And I want you to see all A's on this report card. And I want you to carry this with you. And I said, isn't that interesting? And I said, I'm going to do this also. And the reason why the coach guided the student to do this was because the following year, the student's grade improved to straight A's. I decided to do this also. Was I able to get straight A's in school? So I said, okay, I was getting a lot of B's and C's because I had some very challenging subjects to me in college. So on my report card that I received in college that year that I saw that webinar, I wrote A. I changed all the C's and B's that I had on my report card to all A's. What happened the following semester of that year? I got straight A's. And the way that I got straight A's is I said, can this work for me? That webinar coach helped that student implement with his report card. What I said to this is, I'm going to take that action and see if this works for me. And so what I did was the report card that I received after that webinar from all my class subjects in college, I was getting B's and C's. I changed the letters next to each of the letter grade that I received on the report card. I changed all of them to A's with a pen. A. At the beginning of the following semester, I said, how can I get straight A's? I thought back to that report card. Then I went to all my college professors and I asked each of them, how do I get an A out of your class? And they told me exactly how to get an A. When I received the report card, after asking the college professors, how do I get an A out of the class? I looked at my report card, the end of that semester, and I had received straight A's. That is the power of taking action first, feelings second, what you learn third. And that can be your list of 11. These are some of your superpower actions in your control, because this is a better relic way